How's everybody doing this fine day? So today we are going to talk about something that I have talked about many times before. I'm trying to get away from talking about these same people over and over again because, frankly, they're horrible people. Like I know that most people view me as the horrible person, but these people are horrible people. I mean, anybody that's going to glutton themselves, harm themselves every day, systemically for decades, get themselves massively fat to the point where they're a disproportionate burden upon all society, and then complain about it, you're a horrible fucking person. Like, if you're complaining about how you're treated as a fat person in 2025, you are, in fact, a horrible, horrible, horrible person. You guys realize that because we had so many lifestyle driven, chronically ill people, that they were able to use it as kind of like a leverage point to basically fuck up the world because of a cult. Like, if you're still fat right now, you never took any of that seriously. Many of these people that are still fat right now claim that they did. You never took any of it seriously. And secondly, you just hate society. You are not a nice person to society. If you're morbidly obese right now and you're not trying to fix it, you are an arrogant piece of fucking shit that should learn their goddamn place in society. You are the fucking problem. Right? Like being morbidly obese right now in our society is a strain that we cannot any more afford. We are going to spend $5.3 trillion in America this year in 2025 on our total healthcare burden. Approximately $4+ trillion of that is from people eating too much, drinking too much, and smoking too much. And this burden is shared amongst all of us. It is, in fact, the largest burden we have is our healthcare. People think it's the military. No, it is not. The military budget, even tax dollar wise, is half of what taxes are spent on healthcare. Half. Our biggest expense is this. That's to in any way try to pretend that being obese is not bad for the country, bad for yourself, bad for society means you are not living in the real world. And that is what's happening with many of these people. Now, I'm going to caveat this with Tess Holliday's clearly mentally ill, who would do that to themselves and think it was okay if they weren't mentally ill. I mean, because she's enormous. She's bigger than she's ever been right now. She can barely walk. I mean, whenever you see her sit, it looks painful. Like, sitting down looks painful for this woman. So, if any of you are thinking that this is just me wanting to pick on this woman is a victim of herself. She is a victim of herself. I'm just trying to get it so she's not creating more victims of her at this point, right? Because I don't give a fuck about Tess Holliday. Frankly, natural selection should fucking take care of this shit for us. Because, I mean, in reality, I'm an age that Tess will never see. And if she does, she is not going to be enjoying it at all. And she will not last much longer. I'm going to be 55 this summer. And very realistically, she's never going to come close to this. Not ever. Not unless she loses a tremendous amount of weight. A tremendous. And even then, the damage is absolutely being done. But we are going to go look at a few of these that were sent to me. And I think it's just important that people understand. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about, like, you know, her looking like a blimp and her being planet shaped and, you know, all the true shit. But I am going to go into how ridiculous this all is. Because this is just out and out insanity, what's going on with this, with this woman. And with society in general. To even think that we have what I eat in a day videos, yet alone people who are trying to say that it's no big deal, them being fat as fuck. We're very, very off the reservation with this. And for those people that are just going to say, like, oh my God, he just made a racist joke. Off the reservation is a term that I grew up with, and I'm like way back, like a little tiny sliver of American Indian. So I fucking say whatever the fuck I want. And that's another thing too, the policing of words. Don't call me fat. Well, you're fat as fuck. How about that? Is that better? We have to. This stuff's got to stop. Like, this coddling bullshit has just got to stop. It's just it can't continue the way it is going by any stretch of the imagination. So let's get on with this. This is from her TikTok. Let me pull over. Well, you know me. I could probably do it this way. So both her and I. There we go. So I'm going to play this through, and then we're going to go to this is her answering back somebody else's thing, or some people's comments, So let's just listen, and we'll go to the actual videos where she made the statement.
Video, what about it? To everyone that's on my motherfucking post about the flight attendant and then being crazy fatphobic to me, and everyone.
There's no such thing as fatphobia. There's no irrational. You cannot even make the argument in any way you would like. There's no irrational fear of being fat, right? Like maybe some people can argue that anorexia, which she claims to have, there's no such thing as an irrational fear of getting fat, because being fat is objectively bad for you and bad for society. There's no irrational fear of being fat. Everybody should fear being fat. It should be something that we all absolutely fear. Being fat is something that society should, in fact, be afraid of. That's one of the huge first markers that we see where society is failing this, is that people are not afraid of being fat anymore when you should. And it's because people give relatively little shits about their health care, because they don't really have to worry about their health care, because health care mostly in America is taking care of you. I know people are like, oh, we don't have universal health care. We have way more than what we actually earn. I'm just letting it, like, our healthcare system is set up for people that are literally very healthy. That's the only way we could possibly afford the healthcare system we have. Because if we're going to spread the prices around via insurance and taxes, that means we should be spreading the responsibility around. But we don't, because we don't expect people like this woman to participate in her healthcare. I mean, and then when we do, and then when people say something to her about it, she throws a little hissy fit, just like she is now.
It's like, but he was right. What's it like to be...
So notice how she doesn't even address that he was right.
A dumb bitch. What's it like? Is it...
It's amazing how she can't answer the questions. She just has to go straight to insults.
Fun over there? Do you guys have snacks and like fun things to do?
Look how aggravated she is. Just look at it in her face. She is just super aggravated. I love it.
Because you sound really stupid. And honestly, a lot of you are really...
Says, but when I'm just going to remind everybody when we start looking at what she said before, is that she is calling everybody really stupid. She is saying everybody else is really stupid. Anybody that is going to question her being planet-shaped, really, really, really stupid.
Really ugly. I looked at your pages, so I'm not taking advice.
Now she's calling other people ugly.
From ugly people. Yes, I'm in my car.
She's not taking advice from ugly people. Wow. Like, it's hilarious. First of all, woman, you're ugly as fuck. I know nobody tells you that because you think you're a model. You are not attractive. The most attractive things about you come from, like, your hair dye, the tons of makeup. Well, not everything. The filters seem to help you out a little bit too. It's wild to me that this woman would sit in judgment of other people's appearances. Like, it's wild. You don't even look human. Like, you've eaten yourself to distension. You don't even look human shaped anymore. Like, humans aren't shaped like you. And you're going to judge other people's looks. That's another problem we have in society, where somehow or another she's in on this conversation. You are not. You are the subject of the conversation. You are not in on the conversation. The opinion of somebody who has gluttoned themselves to the point where they have to waddle about other people's appearances should not matter to anybody at all. The opinion of this woman has about politics, about race, about religion, about food, they should not matter to anybody. Her opinion, frankly, should not matter. She has gluttoned herself to 500 pounds and defends it and gets upset when people point it out, to the point where she has to start. Notice again, she is just insulting the people. She is not actually stating anything back on what they had to say. She is just obviously pissed off and is going to start just trying to insult people, because that is all that this woman has. That is literally all she has. She has children that are going to hate her eventually. And they will, because you are doing horrible things to them just by you being you. Like, you pretending that this isn't a problem, that you don't have a problem, is fucking horrible. It truly is. If you are fat out there, please understand, you can change. You should change. You actually owe society to change, because you are a disproportionate burden upon all of society. And again, anybody that doesn't believe that being obese is a disproportionate burden on all society, I can't help you, because that is like not, if you can't see the logic in it, I can't help you. Like, if you're either willfully not seeing it, or you are just kind of, ate some lead paints not seeing it. It's like lead paint chips, because that's crazy.
Making another video.
Okay, so that was from her. Let's go to the video.
These motherfuckers really are.
Oh shit!
I know when I see it, and I peep something about.
Hang on. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to lower that down. But this say today. Whoop. Scrolling through a little too quick. So this says, whoop. The worst part of existing in a larger body, being fat as fuck, eating yourself, gluttoning yourself, isn't the body itself. Really? That's crazy. It's how other people treat you because of it. Well, frankly, you treat society horribly. Like, you treat society horribly. You take up way more space than what you have. It's just crazy. Today, a Delta first class flight attendant lectured me about my body after seeing I was flying with my child. Well, what better time, because you're that fat and you have a young kid. Somebody needs to talk to you. In fact, every human being that you run across should talk to you. Every human being you run across should talk to you about your size. Because very frankly, you have a child. Then he is going to be absent his mother. I mean, you already are absent for a huge portion of his life, 10 minutes of unsolicited health tips I didn't ask for. Everybody should just walk up to this woman. If you know a fat person in your life, walk up and be like, have you tried drinking water in the morning? If you know a fat person in your life, you'll walk up and be like, maybe you shouldn't eat anything sweet for like 2 weeks to see if you can, because if you can't go without sweets for eating something that tastes sweet for 2 weeks, you've got a fucking problem. I work out 5 days a week. No, you don't. I go to a sauna every day. I eat organic produce. I don't drink soda or eat fast food. You lie like a motherfucker. And even if I did, none of that gives anyone the right to treat me like a problem to be solved. Well, you are a problem to be solved. One, because you clearly lie. Tess Holliday eats somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 calories every day. Period. I don't give a fuck if people are like, well, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with all this shit. This woman eats 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. You know how I know? Because she's about 500 fucking plus pounds. That's how I know. That is the amount of food she eats on a daily basis. I mean, stop it. Just everybody stop it. Right? I mean, that's just the crazy shit right now. So, and also, you are a problem to be solved. You are a problem to all of society right now. And again, I am trying to take a different approach with this. This is not me being mean. If I wanted to be mean, I would show a full body photo of you trying to walk. I would show a little clip of you trying to walk. If I wanted to be mean, trust me, I have thousands of little fucking voices up here fucking screaming about shit I could say about you. Because you are, in fact, in massive denial of what you've done to yourself in your lifetime and what you've done to society. But you are a problem to be solved. Fat people are a problem for society to solve. Obesity is a problem for society to solve. Not only is it a problem for society to solve, it is the problem right now for us to solve. Because think about just our society in general. What do you think is a stronger society? People that aren't chronically ill, who can physically take care of themselves, who need the allopathic healthcare industry to a much less degree than other people, or people like Tess Holliday who damn near need a crane to be fucking lifted off the ground if she fell down. Like if she falls down, nobody's picking her up. Like if she were to pass out, how the fuck do you think they're getting her on a gurney? Like the first EMS that shows up is not going to be enough. Two people showing up are not going to be able to lift this woman onto a gurney. I guarantee it. It's not going to. They're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to move her. You are a problem for society to solve if you're fat. If you're morbidly obese, you are a societal problem that represents disproportionate burden and harm to yourself for society to, in fact, solve. People see a fat body, a fat person, and forget that there's a person inside. No, because we see it's a fat person. It's harming their own body. A person who's already done the work to love herself in a world that keeps telling her not to. You do not love yourself. If you loved yourself, you would not hurt yourself with food every day. You love food more than you love yourself, your children, society, the planet. You love food more than you love all of that. That is not a guess. That is a physical. That is shown in a physical manifestation of your own body. That you love food more than you love anything else. And if that was not the case, you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be as big as you are, which is fucking enormous. It's fucking enormous. Health isn't a moral mandate. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. As long as we have shared societal resources, health should be a mandate. 100%. People should demand other people be healthy. I don't want to pay, I do not want to pay into a system that helps her disproportionately burden us without her participating. That's how that works. Why should I have to pay more for insurance premiums and taxes for people that don't give a fuck about their own health and make it so I have to pay more? Why should society? Plus size folks don't owe proof of our habits to deserve respect. You don't deserve respect. And the proof of your habits is in your body. You dumb fuck. Period. If you had a habit of working out, like actually working out every day, if you had a habit of eating 1,500 calories every day, which is likely what this adult-sized woman who does not work out every day does, if you had positive, healthy habits, you would have a positive, healthier body. But you do not. You do not deserve respect. Respect is earned, and you have not earned it from society. And as a matter of fact, you disrespect society by disproportionately burdening it, and then you wonder why you don't get shown respect automatically, because you disproportionately burden everybody. I'm sorry, but I am not going to show respect to somebody that doesn't respect themselves and doesn't respect society enough to not burden it by their fucking selfish face fucking of pie every night. That's just not happening. You don't deserve my respect. I don't give a fuck if you respect me. Do you know why? Because I don't respect you. And I never will until you actually do something about it. If you're trying, I will respect you. If you're a 300-pound person and you're trying to control your food and you're trying to build healthier habits and you're trying to live hunger-free and happy, as it says in my book, I will respect that. I will respect you. But you've got to be trying. If you are not trying, I am not going to respect you, and nor should anybody else in society, because you don't respect yourself enough to try. I understand that this may be a newsflash to you, but just because your fucking ass wakes up in the morning, nobody owes you respect of any fucking kind. I do not know what generation that happened in, where everybody all of a sudden started feeling that they were owed respect. Respect is fucking earned. And you aren't earning it by any stretch of imagination. You are not earning it. You are disproportionately burdening all of society with your fatness. That is not respect to society. You do not deserve respect from society because you do not respect society. I don't know if I can make that any clearer for people that are not intelligent enough to stop gluttoning themselves every day and think it's a good thing. Like, it's one thing if you have a hard time gluttoning yourself. I've been there over 4 years, 9 months, binge free. I understand that. But if you just think that there's no problem with what you're doing and being fat as fuck and kind of being like, I'm fat, so what? I still rock, slay queen. No, you're stupid as fuck. And you don't deserve respect from society. And I'm not going to give it to you. I refuse to respect anybody that thinks that they can be 500 pounds and it's nobody's business in a society that, in the same breath, this woman would demand universal health care. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that Tess Holliday is a universal healthcare advocate. And fuck that shit. That's ridiculous. Oh, wait. By the way, deserve respect, kindness, or basic human decency. Kindness is me telling you, lose weight. You have young children. You are showing your young children very, very poor habits, and you are likely going to leave them motherless at an early age. And trust me, as somebody's going to be 55 years old, I still need my mama. Like, I don't know anybody that thinks that they don't need their mama. You know? So you are not showing kindness to your own fucking children or yourself, and you do not get basic human decency when you are mean to your children by gluttoning yourself in front of them. How about that? I know that this is not what people to hear. I understand it, like, people like, and yes, I am trying to take a different approach, but it's still, just like I told all of you, it is going to be as blunt as possible, because when you try to mix up when you move away from the bluntness, it creates an issue. Like, this woman would love for me to be like, you know what? The past is the past. Let's move on. Fuck that. You change your shit. I changed my shit. I've lost my weight. I've kept it off. I have helped thousands of people lose weight and keep it off. Tens of thousands of people at this point in time. I am responsible. My wife and I are likely responsible for hundreds of cases of type 2 diabetes being reversed. Hundreds at this point. So stop. You don't deserve my respect when you're gluttoning yourself, abusing your body, making yourself a disproportionate societal burden. You don't deserve my respect. And frankly, the decency that you're going to get from me is me decently telling you to lose fucking weight, you fat fuck. Are we clear? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. No shit. You weigh 550 pounds. You are likely always tired and exhausted. But I share this because I know I'm not alone. No, you definitely are trying to tell a bunch of people to ignore the fact that they've gluttoned themselves. You deserve to exist in your body without apology. No, you should apologize every fucking day, Tess. You should apologize to your child, to society, every fucking day for what you've done to yourself, what you continue to do to yourself. Because this woman has gotten about 100 pounds bigger in the last year and a half. Just pointing that out. Like, if you go back to when she was on the cover of Cosmo, she is likely at least 150 to 200 pounds bigger now. She is huge at this point. You should apologize. You should wake up first and apologize to your child. I am sorry that I have spent so much money, so much time, and so much of my focus and attention on food, because you eat all the fucking time. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. She's eating 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. Period. You should apologize to your child, Tess, when you wake up. You should apologize to yourself in the mirror for what you've done to yourself. And you should definitely apologize to society, because you are a burden upon it. You provide nothing. As a matter of fact, you are a negative on society by trying to convince other fat people that they don't need to change. That, to me, is an extremely negative thing. It's extremely, extremely negative. To show concession or compromise in any way to morbidly obese people, like, well, maybe we should just maybe we should build wider seats right now and say from here on out, let's just, no, you can't give concession. You cannot give concession, because these people, you can offer them a slice of pizza and they'll eat the restaurant. You can't, it's like the inch and a mile, but different. Without needing to earn respect first. Why would you not need to earn respect first? That is a fundamental problem. Why do you not feel you need to earn respect in our society? Like, you just showing the fuck up does not mean this, like, well, I mean, we should, show respect to the fucking, forklift driver, but you just showing up does not mean that you just get respect. That's just not how that fucking works. You are not the problem. Whoop. You are not the problem. It won't let me go to it. Oh.
It's an absolute honor to be here today in full fucking glam at 8 a.m.
Okay, I can't wait for that one. But let's go here. So, just to give a little quick synopsis. Respect is earned. You don't just get respect in society. And if somebody just hands you respect, it's valueless. Like just to point that out. If somebody just gives you respect, that's not actual respect. It's just them kind of, placating you. They don't actually respect you. And another thing too, you do get respect from people like me, Tess. Like that's the thing. I don't think people. That's the thing. I don't think people understand. Like I respect you as a person enough to tell you the fucking truth. Like just to make that clear, I respect Tess Holliday enough as a person, just plain out, to say the truth about you. In a world that shows you disrespect by lying to you, telling you that you are, attractive, I will tell you the truth that what you have done to yourself is very, very, very ugly. And there's no amount of filters, makeup, or hair dye that is going to change up the fact that you have gluttoned yourself to a very serious physical state, a very serious health condition. And I respect you enough as a person, but especially as a mother, to tell you to get your fucking shit straight. Stop gluttoning yourself. Realize that you have a young fucking child that is watching you eat yourself to death daily. You are showing your child your slow suicide. And it's kind of disgusting. So I understand that people don't want to see it this way. I understand that people don't want to admit it that it's this way. But if you are morbidly obese and you are not trying to change it, and you have children, you are showing them that they will put two and two together, lopping off toes and shit. Or when you just have a massive myocardial infarction and die. Or when you throw a DVT from your leg to your heart and die. Or when they watch you rot away from bed sores because you have bedridden yourself. Reality exists. And being morbidly obese, especially super morbidly obese like Tess Holliday is, because she is like super, and I'm talking like not just Superman, but like Superman from like Earth 1, where it's like the most ultimate Superman, and then he's enhanced with sun powers. That is the type of fat you are. You are that super obese. Like you are Super Saiyan obese. Like let's just put it that way. I just think that like people are twisting this in very, very, very unhealthy, negative ways, right? Like you have to understand that in order to combat the idiocy things in life that we are dealing with, that you have to live in reality. Like I have this phrase I say all the time, that reality exists. And we've just seemed to have forgotten that it does. Like reality exists. If you have problems with food, it's a fucking problem. If you have a problem maintaining your hydration, your sleep, your stress relief, getting appropriate level of fitness daily activity, if you have a problem with making it so you can avoid binges and deal with cravings and everything like that, that is an actual fucking problem. And you need to address it. If you accept it, if you accept yourself for who you are, and that person happens to glutton themselves every day to gain weight, to morbidly obese, you're accepting a very unhealthy version of yourself, and you are accepting self-harm. You're accepting that you self-harm. To not see eating so much food that it grows you to the point where you start losing physical mobility in any way, that is self-harm. It's the same thing. Like I talk to people all the time, like people that want to lift, they want to get huge when they lift weights. Don't get so big that it slows you down. Don't get so big that it takes away from your mobility, because you should want to have muscle mass on you. Sarcopenia kills a lot of people, but if you make yourself immobile, no matter what the size, your life gets exponentially harder. So when you see these bodybuilders, the 300-pound bodybuilders, when they're walking around waddling, also massively unhealthy. But the difference is those bodybuilders know they're massively unhealthy. Fat acceptance people that waddle think that they're healthy, and they just love the food. It's wild. So I did want to tell everybody one more time, here's where you can get our coaching, by the way. We focus on daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help you adjust your lifestyle bit by bit by bit. This is our 6-month special, so it is an amazingly good price that will be going away forever very, very soon, because we are changing a few things around in how we work with our app and stuff like that. So But this, if you start it now, you're grandfathered in on the price. And it is daily communication, weekly video conferences. We focus on appropriate fitness level activity. We want you to be satiated and satisfied with your food. We try to plan out a weekly indulgence and make it so it doesn't affect the rest of your week and your days. We try to make sure that you lose weight, and every pound you lose, we keep it off. So this is what we do in our coaching. If you need help, if you have lost and gained the same 20 pounds multiple times, we can help you. If you gain weight over the holiday season, this is your perfect opportunity to not gain weight, to actually possibly even lose a little bit of weight and build healthier habits going into the new year. So please do take us up on this offer. Bright light. I'm a binge eater. I know this about myself. After my birthday party, I took my cake to work so everybody else could have it. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Coming from a disabled person who just had a major surgery, do not take your health for granted. Take care of yourself. You never know when something out of control happens, like accidents or disease. I hope you're doing okay there, Panda. All right, folks. So I am going to call it a day. I might be back later. I don't know. But if not, I am going to be back tomorrow with another issue. But please do understand that this is not about calling people names. And this is not about, being harsh to the fat people. Because the fat people are already harsh to themselves. I'm just narrating. Right? Like, I get that a lot. Like, people are like, maybe you should change your attitude. My attitude is a very happy and healthy one. If you are trying your hardest and you lose weight, I celebrate that. You can check all my videos. Anytime somebody says I've lost X amount of weight, I tell everybody to celebrate it, because that's the good shit, right? That's the positive shit. But approaching somebody positively that is hurting themselves and in complete denial does not help that person nor society. That is not the positive thing to do. The positive thing to do is make them see the reality of their situation no matter what. And again, I always say this. If I hated fat people, I just tell you motherfuckers to eat more cake. Have a good day.